Before this guide starts, I want to mention that only 92% of viewers are subscribed. So why not subscribe if this video helps you? It's free. You can always unsubscribe later, and just enjoy the content. And thank you so much for watching. So this is a guide for Xboi. I have been a top 100 Xboi in the past before he was buffed. Some people liked the buff, some people don't like the buff. Fact of the matter is, Xboi was a piece of shit back then. Now he's so much better. But there are many people here out there who still don't know how to use him or how to react properly to using his souls, his abilities, and overall just putting pressure on the whole map, if possible in the first place. Now here are his abilities. You can pause the video or just see it inside the game. This is basically what if you're able to familiarize with yourself with those words, you're gonna be able to do as much pressure and be a better Xboi. Every single detail to his ability makes you a better Xboi. Knowing every single thing and using it for yourself, not against you, but for yourself. So here's this build. This is the build I use on him generally. It can be a small, big maps. I'm gonna bring detention to Nidus. Detention to at the end for the end game. Tinnitus to always know if they're close to me. Trump's guard to change the peepers to a teleport at the end of the match or to something else. It all depends on the pressure. And 2 points on destructiveness, which basically only means I'm able to break pallets 30% quicker, which is good because Xboi is not he doesn't break pallets that slow, but if he can break them quick enough, you can put pressure on the person who's kiting. Now, this other build, I've used it in the past, and you can use it on small maps, I would say. It's basically the same thing. It's a left and down build. It means you have insolence, which you're only gonna get your abilities or your presence faster. So basically with about 4 hits, you're gonna basically have your full ability, which is not bad if you're in a small map. You're gonna be able to put more pressure on survivors that way, but you're not gonna be able to change abilities. So if you only bring blink, which is really good with him, if you only bring peepers, which is really good with him too, because he's a really mobile hunter. He can really move around. He can really put pressure on the map. It's like a reaper, but it's kind of people always compare him to Reaper and another hunter. I'm not sure, but he's always been not the best. He was never like better than Reaper in the first place. Now, as you enjoyed this lovely match, I'm gonna be talking to you about his abilities, right? So let me get my notes here because I have some little things written here. So first of all, you need to know about your ability. If you don't understand your abilities, you're not gonna be able to win in the first place with Xboi, because in the first place, before he was buffed, people could counter him like crazy. People could kite against him. I could kite against him very easily. And even though his fire was always a problem, it was never like impossible to dodge. And it's even easier now. His fires are his souls. The little souls that float around are slower when you attract them to you. So before they were like 40 meters per second or something like that. Now they're like 32 meters per second. It basically just means that they're slower. You don't have to take into consideration the numbers, and they're probably not the real numbers, but it doesn't really matter. So you need to know your maps. Xboi is a really good hunter, but he's really he shines on smaller maps. Smaller maps mean that whenever you put a tree, there are more survivors who are gonna get inside the area, or they're gonna get inside the tree's area, and if they leave that area, they're gonna have a soul following them for 30 seconds. Remember the timing, 30 seconds. So whenever you pull out a soul, you have to wait around 8 to 9 seconds. So you still have like 21 seconds or 20 seconds to hit them, or to use the soul that's following them to hit them. You should also know your characters. There's always characters who are more of a pain in the ass. There are characters who are easier to kill, but never have like never be like, oh, I'm gonna get Wilding because he's the easiest to kill at the start, or Cowboy. Yeah, I mean, well, you don't want a Wilding. You probably want a Cowboy. You probably want a Mechanic. You probably want a Mercenary. Never touch him, or if you can, like, at least hit him with a soul as you're pushing to another cipher, but never stay with a Mercenary. So you need to know with which characters you want to spend time trying to kill, or when to stop following them and then go for another cipher to find an easier target, because there's always someone who's the weakest. There's always a weak person in the team, and if there's no weak person in the team, which will happen in like very, very high tiers, because everybody just knows how to kite, everybody knows everything about the game at that point. So I would really like recommend knowing your characters, your where they spawn, knowing your map, knowing where are all the pallets, where are all the ciphers, where are all the survivor spawns, right? Now, the souls. Whenever you pull that soul, it hits. It gives a one hit damage to the survivor. So what that means is, if you were to hit them with your axe, you basically do the same. Like with the soul, if you manage to hit them with it. You can also use the soul to give yourself a little speed boost. It only lasts about 2 to 3 seconds, maybe 2 seconds. It's not as long as bolting a pallet, for example, as a survivor, but it's always gonna help. Sometimes just having that little boost speed difference is gonna help you along the way. Always have situated. Always take a branch. It's always important to take a branch. If you're gonna keep kiting around the same tree and you already put 2 trees and you only have 1 tree on your stack, there's only 1 tree for you. You're basically gonna die. You're not gonna do well at that point. So this match was fun because Mechanic used her doll and it did the cipher automatically, but the fact is she was gonna die. But I'm gonna go for the tie here. But anyways, your second ability. Always remember that your second ability, which is the Restful Road, or the Speed Road, whatever you want to call it, it's a branches road where you can just surf around. It's only meant. It's not only meant, but it's meant to help you move around the map. You can also put a tree to it, so at the other end, when you put the Restful Road, there's gonna be a tree that's gonna appear in that specific area of the map, just because of that. So it's always it's always interesting to see the different dynamics that you can do with this. Now, let's take things a little bit slower, because there's another match after this. Let's take things a little bit slower. You need to know your souls, right? You need to understand how fast they move around the person and around the tree. Whenever they're circling a tree, they're slower. Whenever they're circling a character, a survivor, they're much faster, which is why you need to basically predict where the soul is gonna be, respective to the location of the survivor, right? So sometimes you don't even need peepers to kill them. You can just put most people, or most Xbois are gonna bring peepers, for the simple fact that they can see you through walls. If they can see you through walls and you have a fire behind you, you're fucked. You're basically fucked. And that's what you want to do as an Xboi. You want to get them before they're able to transition to another area. If you can hit them with a soul, In the first place, it's actually the best thing you can do. This match is, if you're gonna see it, it goes like really bad at the start, but it's gonna end up very good. It's gonna end up very good because of survivor mistakes, and also like I cooled down. I took better decisions towards the end of the match, and so it helped a lot. Uh, it's always good to stay cool, to stay calm as possible inside the match. Never panic. If you start panicking immediately, you're basically gonna kill yourself. So panic is no fun, you know. You don't want to be panicking as a survivor or as a hunter. So just be careful. Just stay cool. I know anxiety can literally kill a person. I know anxiety can literally make your life harder as you play, you know. And just stay cool. Just stay conservative. Just understand your ability, okay? Just understand what survivors can do and what they will most normally do. This is it's always about uh, understanding how survivors or hunters can move according to their characters, right? So you always see that a cat lady doesn't give a fuck about a pallet because they're gonna break it quicker. That's generally what they want. But you're gonna see an Xboi that's gonna be a little bit more mindful about the pallets. You're gonna see a Ripper that doesn't give a fuck about any walls because they can just do a foggy blade. So it's always about adapting to your hunter, to your survivor, and always about having fun. If you're not able to have fun, just take a break. It's always about that. Now, let me try to emphasize some things that I have said a million times already, but I do not know what I have said because that's how bad my memory is. Or actually no, fuck it. If you couldn't learn anything in the last like 11 minutes, you're basically fucked. Let's talk about this match because that's what it's here for. So, mechanic, I managed to kill her, fucking finally. Or is the second? It's the second fucking share. God fucking damn it. So now, I know somebody's gonna come to rescue. I have tinnitus activated, and so putting a peeper here, I noticed the the enchantress. I body blocked her for some reason, and she still manages to do the save. So she really manages to do a really good save. Now I'm gonna make sure I can kill the mechanic. Always remember when you're at full presence, if you're able to kill the if you're able to when you're at full presence as an Xboi, if people come out of the circles for the out of the area from the trees, they're gonna be slow for 3 seconds, really slow. So that basically helps a lot at the end of the game, and it helps a lot at the start of the game if for some reason everybody starts body blocking at random. It's gonna go really good for you. So I changed to teleport, and I knew somebody was here because they failed the cipher, and Prospector doesn't manage to do anything. So he's just slow. If he was just if he had been in normal survivor speed, he could have just saved himself. So their team decided to just pop the cipher, and that's basically what killed them. They could have saved. They had all the opportunities in the world to save. It's so sad. It's just so sad. This one mistake from them literally killed them for the rest of the match. So I'm just moving around. I knew the enchantress went this way for some reason. It was either because of the soul or it was because I could predict them. I can't remember because the match has been in my recording list for about not a month, but about a couple weeks. I managed to kill Gardener. I used my second ability to put her on share quicker. So it's gonna be quicker. You don't want to waste time. I knew the enchantress went for Prospector, but I knew I could intersect them, and since they're injured, it's gonna be even harder for them to save or to defend themselves in the first place. So I see enchantress here, and she just uses her 3 stacks against me, without even thinking about it. So you could have just used one stack and then kept on moving around. The moment Xboi has this much of an area covered, he's basically invincible. He's really hard to win against. He's really hard to do anything against, really, at this point of the game. So I'm just searching. I'm just searching because I know they're gonna go for the save, but they're not gonna go for the door. And I see the prospector here, and he just does a very silly prospector moves, and that's it's not a bad thing. This is rank match, and I forgot my rank, but I am rank 4, I believe. I forgot what it's called, but I'm rank 4 as a hunter, and I'm just making sure Enchantress doesn't come, making sure Gardener dies, and then making sure I can take prospector to a share, to this share, which I have taken people before many times from that same distance, and I know I can take them. So it's always an easy share. Now, sorry this video was a bit too long, and if you could understand anything, thank you so much for watching.